Right, guys. France have just beaten Germany by a goal to nil. Came from an own goal from Mats Hummels, and it was actually a really good game to watch. In all fairness, I thought Germany played quite well, and probably didn't deserve to lose. I think a draw would have been fair, but that's the way it goes. The goal came from a brilliant Paul Pogba ball over the top, and Hernandez fired it across goal, and Hummels, all he could do was put it in his own net, and that made it 1-0 and was the deciding goal in the end. France did also score a second, but was given offside. It was scored by Benzema, but Mbappe was clearly half a yard offside. And Germany played quite well in the second half. They didn't create loads of chances, but Serge Gnabry had a good chance, which he hit into the ground and it bounced over the bar. So he possibly could have done better with that. And I mean, at one point in the second half, it was actually quite ridiculous how this incident. So the ball's been crossed in, and I think it was Gosens, the left wing back for Germany, has just come in, jumped in the air, just like literally thrown himself at it, and he's gone right, and his arse has basically hit Benjamin Pavard in the back of the head, and it was. I didn't notice for a sec, but that I thought that reminds me of something, and it reminded me of the incident in, I think it was 1982 or 1984. I think it would have been 1984. That basically, for those of you who don't know, there was a collision between the German goalkeeper Schumacher and a French attacker called Battiston. I'm not sure if he was an attacker. I didn't really follow football then. It was 20 years before I was born, so give me the benefit of the doubt here. And Schumacher has just jumped in the air, claimed the ball, and he's gone right through the back of Battiston, and Battiston's just on the ground. He's lost quite a few of his teeth, and I think he broke his spine or something. I'm not sure, but he definitely damaged his spine. But thankfully, this wasn't as bad for Pavard. He was able to carry on. But they were checking his teeth, to be fair, though. So yeah, there was that, and Mbappe just had Germany's defence on strings, really. He scored a really good goal, but it was given offside. Like excellently finished, like right into the corner. Neuer had no chance. But I think what I would say is France weren't as impressive as I think everybody thought they were going to be. And nor were Portugal earlier on today, to be fair. So it might give a few other teams watching, say like England, Belgium. Is there anyone else that's really a contender? Italy, maybe. It might give them a bit more confidence. Notice how I haven't said Spain, because they were so boring and average yesterday. But yeah, what was I going to say? Yeah, France. But then again, at the 2018 World Cup, France didn't really. They weren't that great in the groups, from what I remember. I think they just about got past Australia through a really lucky goal from Paul Pogba. And who else was in their group? If I remember correctly, Peru were in their group. I think that might have been a 0-0 draw against Peru. They drew 0-0 against somebody. Um, oh, no, never mind. Uh, yeah, but they weren't that impressive in the group stage. And then when it came to the last 16, they beat Argentina 4-3. So they got better as the tournament went on. Then after Argentina, they knocked out Uruguay, I believe, then Belgium. So they got better as the tournament went on. So that might happen again this time round. We don't know yet. But another thing I've noticed is so obviously there's Paul Pogba always seems to do a lot better at international tournaments than when he plays for United. And I think today's game definitely showed why that is. It's because at United he hasn't got someone alongside him, aka N'Golo Kante, and he basically does all his defensive work for him. N'Golo Kante is, as I know it sounds so stupid, but he is like having two players. He does the defensive work of two players. And for Paul Pogba, that's brilliant because it removes all his responsibilities and just allows him to sort of trot around the pitch and pick up the ball and try and create something. Whereas at Man United, he hasn't got that. Scott McTominay, I like him. He's a decent player, but he's not Kante. Same with Fred. So that's definitely a major factor in why he isn't the same player for United as he is at France. And I guess it might also say why he was a better player at Juventus as well, because at Juventus, who did he have playing alongside him? If memory serves me correctly, it was Andrea Pirlo and Arturo Vidal. Two players. Well, Pirlo, I guess, it sort of plays a defensive role, but he doesn't get stuck in as much. But Vidal obviously was like, he's a bit like the modern day Gattuso, isn't he, Arturo Vidal? He gets stuck in. And yeah, that probably shows why Pogba isn't. He steps up in upper level international tournaments. I thought Raphael Varane also had a brilliant game for France today at the back. Some of his defensive, like if he was under pressure with the ball and he was being pressured by Thomas Müller, Kai Havertz, or Serge Gnabry, he dealt with it really well. He was like Beckenbauer, like just happy to dribble it out. But yeah, France won 1-0, and yeah, that's pretty much it really. Germany will feel a bit like they could have got more out of it, but yeah, that's how it goes. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.